Welcome to the Intuitive Marriage Podcast. Join me, Amanda Pott, as we dive into the magic of love, attraction, and making dreams a reality. From reigniting the passion in your marriage or to just tapping into your intuition. Please join me weekly on these episodes where we can cover love, marriage, passion, intuition, all the things that just absolutely speak to my heart, and I really hope that they speak to yours as well. Let's learn more about how to have an intuitive marriage. See you soon. Hello, beautiful souls. Amanda here. I am so excited to be here, and I am beyond excited that you are here with me. You are here with me if you have any interest in marriage, love, intuition, possibly some witchy woo-woo stuff, all the fun things that I'm super passionate about. And I truly believe I'm meant for this, and I'm a mentor in marriage and love and intuition. So I'm just so happy that you are here with me today. Oh my goodness. And I know this is probably not dropping on when I'm recording this, but this should be dropped on April 27th, sometime after midnight. And today is our 5th wedding anniversary. Woo! Shout out to my husband. Oh, we've been together for over 10 years, and this is absolutely the project of love based on the inspiration that I have had throughout these 10 years of loving this man and being loved by him. So happy anniversary, baby. This is like my little project baby. And thank you for allowing this to be shared with our love and our anniversary. So anyways, I'm going to ramble on here if I just don't ring it in. You guys, this is the first episode of the Intuitive Marriage Podcast. Now, I have to just tell you, this creation is something that I have envisioned doing, over 3 years ago. I have just always loved podcasts, always listened to podcasts. It's like the person becomes your friend in your ear. And I just... the thought of a whole bunch of people listening is kind of like really freaks me out. But the idea that I'm just kind of talking to one person is just very comforting to me. And I always loved talking on the phone back in the day when we used to do that more often instead of texting and all the things, right? And also like old radio where people just used to sit around and listen to radio stations and the stories. And God, I used to listen to Coast, and it was just kind of a really cool vibe. So anyways, like I said, I'm going to be rambling lots. I'm really excited about this. So I've just been envisioning myself as a podcaster for, a long time. And I'm blessed that it's finally here. And I wasn't really sure what it was ever going to be about 100%. But I just believed, and I knew that I would have a podcast one day. And that's another thing. We're also going to be talking about like law of attraction and manifestation and all the things that absolutely have me where I am today. Not only is it about positive thinking and, imagining the things that you want and what you desire and your dreams, it's also attaching emotion to that as well. They always say, go drive that car, put your hands around that steering wheel if that's the car that you want, or, you draw that energy. And there's a certain car that I was looking at. I was possibly going to upgrade my Corolla, and I'm not sure yet. I might buy it out. But I kept seeing the same vehicle that I was looking at everywhere. Even the color I liked. Everywhere I looked, that vehicle was there. It was like even when I was expecting with my children, no matter where I looked, I saw pregnant women everywhere. It's like we just attract that energy that we're in. most of where our thoughts are consumed, I believe we just attract that towards us. If you want to learn about law of attraction, oh my goodness, check out Francesca Amber. She does Law of Attraction Changed My Life. And I'll put her link in here. She is freaking phenomenal. She's so fun to listen to. She's like my idol. I'm like, I swear to God, we're soul sisters from like a parallel universe. She doesn't even know who I am, but she's incredible. So if you want to learn about more on law of attraction and how it changed her life, when I heard her podcast and she said she manifested her husband, oh my goodness, it's insane. I manifested my current husband. I knew where I wanted him to live. Just all the things. It's insane. And it's basically exactly what I had imagined. And he is who I imagined. So anyways, she's really fun. So I'll prop her link, her podcast link in here. Go check her out. She's really awesome. And yeah, so that shit really does work. So I'm going to assume that you have found me, or why you have found me. Either thank you if you've been shared by a friend or someone that's, has come to me and expressed that they have an interest in the podcast. Thank you. Thank you. All the support is very, very exciting. Or you've just come to me by searching either marriage, intuition, love, all the things. So if you are here, then you either know quite a bit about intuition or you'd like to learn more about intuition and want to know what the heck does intuition have to do with a marriage. You're probably in a committed relationship, or you just want to hang out and listen to me ramble, maybe hear me tell some of my crazy personal stories down the road. Warning, warning, I am ADHD, just diagnosed this past year, and I may veer off in many, many directions. So I am trying to keep it fairly structured. And so if I do sound like I am reading, then yes, I'm probably reading. So you're just going to have to deal with it or deal with me rambling. Um, now I'm going to explain what intuitive love is to me. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about who I am and basically what my vision is for the podcast and kind of why I'm doing it. Also, I'm very old school, so I wrote all this down in a journal. I wrote all this down in a journal, and I may be flipping the pages. And I'm trying not to do a lot of editing because I'm not super tech savvy and nobody has time to edit. So you may hear pages flipping. Maybe I'll edit it out. Maybe I'll figure that shit out. I don't know, but I do apologize, but I'm old school. So it is written down on paper. Yeah, and that's another thing we'll get into. I'm very big into journaling, so we'll talk about that too. Okay. Let's rope it in. Let's rope it in. What is intuitive love? Well, intuitive love refers to a deep instinctual understanding and a connection between partners that goes beyond words or actions. It's a sense of knowing each other on a profound level where communication flows effortlessly and empathy is innate. In intuitive love, partners trust their instincts and intuition to guide them to an understanding of each other's needs, desires, and emotions, and fostering a strong, harmonious bond. Now, it is about being attuned to each other's energy and essence and leading to a profound sense of intimacy and connection. Now, I know I kind of used a couple of big words in there, right? Understanding intuition. I'm sure we all have our own kind of ways of explaining it and our own experiences with it, understanding. But I guess before we kind of dive into the understanding of intuition in a marriage, we need to sort of dive into the intricacies of understanding what intuition really is. So intuition is often described as a deep, instinctive feeling or an understanding without the need for conscious reasoning. It's just kind of like a sense of knowing. That's how I view it. It's just a sense of knowing. I don't really know how I know. I just know. It can come to us in a series of images or voices. It's a voice inside our head that may guide us. It's like an idea that just pops into our head. It's a picture of something that potentially could happen or is happening. Um, it's a feeling. It's a gut feeling. It's literally, it can happen in your throat, in your pelvic area, your gut. It's a feeling. Um, it just is all different for a lot of us, but there's kind of a grouping of things that sort of happen and you kind of pick up on. And it's that inner voice that guides us, like when logic fails, leading us towards decisions that feel inherently right. So, I mean, I'll share a little bit about my story of when I started understanding and learning about intuition. Now, I was in my mid 20s, late 20s, but long before that, I always knew I had some type of understanding or knowing. My mom was very much like a new age into like all the things, like I have her crystal ball, and um, I was just very attuned to that. I had paranormal situations happen where, just things like my bed would be turned down and my radio would be on. And, I always just knew when my mom was going to call, and she would always say the same thing. Like she'd pick up the phone and be like, "Oh, hey, Mandy, I knew it was going to be you." And it'd be like, "Oh, that's weird." And then it started happening to me too. And it was just kind of that sense of like, okay, is that like telepathy or like, what is that? Right. But from a young age, I just kind of always knew and was open to that. There was an energy, some type of an energy around that. So, but when I really did start learning about, intuition and law of attraction and like all those things, energies and vibrations and things, was I was introduced to the book The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. And I'll probably put a link down in here for you. Um, yeah, I mean, the idea is like, thoughts become things, and you are what you think. And, if you imagine a cup of coffee, you're going to find a cup of coffee sometime during the day. And I do get that. And there's a little bit of controversy around that where you just can't think and poof, like things just appear. Um, there's more to it, but that is the beginning of it. It's basically that concept of, you wake up and you kind of like feel like you're a little salty and get out of bed and you're like, angry at the world. And, you might stub your toe on the way to the washroom, and then you spill your coffee, and then you get stuck in traffic, and just your world just starts to spiral out in a negative way. But when you kind of wake up and you go, "Hey, I'm grateful to be alive. I'm grateful to breathe. I'm happy that I've got food in my fridge and all the things." And you just kind of look towards looking for things that you're grateful for in your life. You have a really pleasant, fun day. You smile and make other people smile, and good things happen to you. And that's like that. You're attracting good things towards you. So I've always believed in that, earlier on, many, many, many years ago. But that's kind of what changed me in a way that I started to look at my life and how my thoughts started to change. So, yeah, like just, it's just kind of, you start to kind of get those, "Oh, I thought that was just anxiety." And then you start to piece it together that, "Oh, that was kind of maybe my sixth sense trying to tell me something." Um, and I was trained in, not trained in, but I had access to understanding and learning what about visualization as a young athlete. I was a figure skater, a competitive figure skater, and we had a sports psychologist that would come in and teach us how to visualize. And we'd put our headphones on and be in backstage before a competition at the rink and listen to your program and go through your program in your mind, right? It's like that muscle memory, and there's so many different things that are connected, but it's all, to me, it's visualizing what you're actually going to be doing in the future. Like you're visualizing your premonition kind of. No, that's probably not right, but we'll probably edit that out. Just, it just starts to get you to think about the positive things. And did you catch that? That was a page turning. But it just helps you to learn more about your inner self and your inner awareness, right? Like your self-awareness and how you're feeling inside and how are you connecting that to what's happening on the outside. Um Now, what are the benefits of having an intuitive marriage? I mean, to me, it makes sense because you just have a deeper sense of yourself and more of awareness of your partner. But the benefits of an intuitive marriage are actually boundless. When you're deeply attuned to your partner's emotions and thoughts, the conflicts that are resolved, they're resolved with grace and an understanding. And there's a sense of security knowing that you are truly seen and heard by your significant other. Intuitive couples often report higher levels of satisfaction and fulfillment in their relationships as they navigate life's ups and downs with their unwavering support and compassion. So yeah, absolutely. There's a lot more of a deeper a deeper want of understanding, a curiosity. I want to understand why he's feeling something or why he's doing it that way or something, whatever. It's neither here nor there in the marriage, but you just have a better understanding. You can almost predict, you feel the energy. So you almost know that something, maybe you had a bad day at work or he's excited about something or he's emotional about something. Right. So I just find that you're far connected in a deeper level. You just give each other a lot more grace. Okay, so if you are still with me and you've made it this far, thank you. Um, Thank you. I'm absolutely grateful that there's even maybe one person on here listening that even has an interest to hear my voice. So thank you. Um, Now, let me explain a little bit why I'm so passionate about intuition in marriage. Now, here's my story. Okay. I'm not going to get into all the nitty gritties, and maybe someday I'll have off the cuff kind of content that, or maybe who knows what'll happen. But for now, I'm not getting into the nitty gritty. So, my name is Amanda. Now, here's a really cool fun fact is that my name actually means in the Oxford Dictionary, in quotes, worthy of love, lovable. So, I mean, that's pretty crazy. I didn't really learn this until later on in life. I don't know, just one of those days like why do we look up our name in the dictionary? I don't know. I guess it's just a thing. So we didn't. I was like, oh, I'm worthy of love. I'm actually lovable. Someone who's suffered from self-esteem issues all her life, right? Um, so it just kind of seems quite fitting that, I'm kind of like a love coach or love mentor, so it's kind of fun. But from a very young age, I always believed in a fairy tale marriage and true love. Now, thanks in part to the beautiful marriage that my parents had, their bond was a testament to the magic of intuitive connection, and it inspired me to seek out love that was equally profound and authentic. Now, I'll kind of do a little, quick summary of some of the relationships I've kind of had. And I was an athlete growing up. My parents put me into figure skating at skating at 6, and I think I just decided to quit around 17ish. I don't know. I just foresaw, getting into a relationship and getting married and having children. It was very bizarre because all my life I kind of thought I was going to be like a coach or like a figure skating coach or a judge or someone in that sort of industry sport. Um, and then, of course, I just kind of thought, no, this isn't really for me. And I want to have a family and fall in love and do all the things and, have the white picket fence and, mhm. So, I mean, we go way back, right? Just a really quick summary. I was born in England, Portsmouth, England. I'm the youngest of three, and my parents met when they were in grade school. They fell in love and ended up getting married on Valentine's Day. And so they've known each other basically since they were kids. And my mom did pass away in 2014, and they were together until then. He has since remarried a wonderful lady, but I did see this beautiful relationship marriage from till death do us part kind of thing. And they were always very affectionate with each other. They spoke highly of each other. They were always laughing, being silly, joking, groping, all the fun things that couples do. My dad was always quite the jokester, and they worked as a team. And so this is what I always believed that I would have when I grew up. There was just a lot of respect between the two of them, and I just desire to fall in love and create a family. And so when my first taste of love as a teenager, I felt pretty hard. It was like that first love, right? Had my heart broken, and then continued that kind of pattern of attracting, I guess, all the wrong types of men for myself. Of course, I'm sure I was an absolute darling to deal with. So, you grow as a person, you figure out your mistakes and what you've done and how you've contributed to those failed relationships. But ultimately, I fell into a pattern of, a lot of heartbreak, long term relationships, engagements, cheaters, narcissists, abusers, physical and mental. Um, and men that were just honestly fighting their own demons, good men, but just fighting their own demons and just couldn't be maybe what I needed at the time. And and so yeah, I guess, over time you just kind of everything became a lot of self-sabotage for myself, shame, why me? Why, like, what's wrong with me? Like, oh my goodness, like how, I'm just not worthy. I'm not worthy of love, right? So yeah, then came therapy, which is fabulous. I recommend therapy. And just a lot of working on myself. I mean, yeah, and just raising my kids. I was a single mom from the time my little one was one. And yeah, I have three kids. We are a blended family of 10. Yes, a blended family of 10. I have three grown children. My husband has five grown children. We are all one big family. Most of them have a significant other, and most of them have babies or are dating women that have children. So we have like a dozen or more grandchildren, which is, oh, my heart is full. All I wanted was the true love and the family, and I have it all. So I'm just blessed, and I can help you get there. I can help you find it. Um, it's an amazing thing. And a couple of years ago, I decided that I wanted to help people live their best life, just even through the positivity. And so I became a certified life coach and a health coach. It was like a dual certification. Um, it was a wonderful course, and I figured, even if nothing really came about it, I would be a better person just for taking it. And then I have a wonderful business coach, and over time we worked together and we kind of coached each other back and forth on certain things, and realized very quickly that I'm a relationship coach. I'm just naturally a relationship coach, and I have had people come to me for years just asking my advice, just asking my opinion, just wanting, just I don't know, just wanting to talk basically. And she just said, you're a love coach, you're a relationship coach. So over a span of, a couple of years, we designed put together what I find is very important to work on yourself to become your highly intuitive self and bring that into a wonderful, loving marriage. And so I created my relationship course. So it's Worthy of Love, a guide to an intuitive marriage. And it's a 12-week course. And I'm hoping to do some kind of a launch or something with that, but that's in the works. I've sort of been privately coaching in the background. And one of these days that will be a part of this as well. But for now, my focus is just working on this and just having fun with it. So just having fun with it. And I eventually would love to interview some couples, that are having an incredible, beautiful marriage full of love and passion and intuition. And if it's, I just want to learn. I love talking to people and learning about their love and what works for them. What gets their fire sparking going, right? So that did not make sense. What gets their fire going? What keeps their fire going? What gets their spark lit and what keeps their fire going? Anyways, I know what I'm trying to say. So that is kind of the vision for my podcast. Honestly, it is, I have a book in the works and I just feel like I have things to share and I'd much rather be heard than seen, honestly. Who knows? Maybe one day this will be a YouTube channel. I kind of have a bit of a YouTube channel, which, it's, I don't like getting ready I just don't like being in front of the camera. So if you can relate, let me know. Here we go. Here's my rambling. I did warn you. Okay. Let's wrap this the hell up, shall we? I want to try to keep these episodes to about half an hour. So we're going to wrap up today's episode. And basically, I want to just invite you to reflect on the power of intuition in your own relationships. So whether you're married, dating, or single, cultivating a sense of intuition can deeply cultivating a sense of intuition can deepen your connections with others and also bring more love and joy into your life. Now, remember, love is not just about grand gestures or extravagant displays. It's about the small everyday moments of connection and understanding that truly matters. So thank you again for joining me. If you have made it this far, good Lord, thank you so very much. Definitely appreciate that. And I felt like I just yelled in your ear, so I apologize. So thank you for joining me on this journey through the realm of intuitive marriage. And come back next week if you want to hear more about self-love and self-awareness. To me, that's where intuition starts. So until next time, take care and always, always love your spouse deeply.